think it's better. Let me get my microphone so it can be. Honey? Yeah? Do you know where the mic is? The microphone? I can't even find any one of them. Oh. Thank you. I couldn't even find the other one. Yes, me. Hello, it's me again. Let's give some time for people to come in. Come in. You're welcome to come in. I think we're gonna give the roof of my tongue. I had a fly this thing. Oh, let me see. So people will not be like, what is the topic? What is it? Oh. I had building something. Oh. No. Wow. Today is Saturday. Where are the people? Today is Saturday. So Saturday evening should be bubbling. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my live stream. I thought I could do is it landscape or what do they call it? But I just discovered it was difficult doing. So yeah, without further ado, we're talking about suddenly 14 people. I don't know how this algorithm works. Welcome everyone. And today we're talking about building something of value. Building something of value. And with time to time, I'll be checking my journal because I wrote some points down which I don't want to skip. I don't want to carry on chatting and talking. And as a migrant in living in England, I've come to realize that sometimes it's Oge Speaks and a lifestyle, and welcome everyone. And I like to share from my experiences, things I have, encountered along the way. I've done a talk that life is a journey, and more each day, it's really sync with myself. It's a friendly chat, and with I thought to share with everybody and all that. So drop anything, just drop it in the comment section and all that, and please try to be polite, give this video a like and all that. So as a migrant here who just happened to come to England and 2 years in England and all that, so I discovered that something that you think is a value in your home country, you got to another place, you discover that it's no longer a value. So we're talking about building something of value. So what is value? In my opinion, value is anything useful to you. So it could be a skill, it could be a skill you've acquired, it could be a property, it could be something possession you have. So let's say for instance you have this, and where I am here, this is of a value to me, right? And if I'm not doing talk, if I'm not recording, I'm not doing any video, this thing is not of value to me. So how do you keep building some things of value is what the talk tend to to talk about what I want to share and talk about today with my audience. And I'm not a motivational speaker. See me as a messenger, see me as a signpost, just pointing you to the right direction. And majorly, my target audience is the young adults, because I discovered as young adults, a lot of in that when I was in my earlier age, we are constantly chasing, we are looking at what this other person is doing. Thank you for the likes, thank you for those who are liking, thank you for your comments, thank you for those saying hi in the comment section. I can see your name. Hi to you all. And how do you build something of value? Because to really build something of value, it takes a long time. And how do you focus? I said to my niece the other time, I said, you don't need 24 hours, you don't need more time. What you need to do is focus. So how do you come to the point that, oh, this thing is value? And it changes with time and age, whether we like it or not. Ever since COVID-19 hit the whole world, things changed. Social media is not a place people usually come. People who stay on social media, who come on social media, are still like bored people. You're still like, social media is just like a place where you just relax, something like you just relax. But ever since the pandemic came, social media, the game of social media kind of suddenly changed. Everybody saw social media. For me, yesterday I did a video. I stumbled upon my journal where I like to write. I like to write things I would like to share with people. Back then, if you want to go learn any skill and all that, you will go learn it, either a trade, you go to a shop to do apprenticeship, or learn master classes in certain things, or go to colleges or go to school. But ever since 2020, a lot of learning, a lot of things was moved to online. So, like, after giving what value is building something of that is useful to you, then a lot of people discover that there are some skills I have that is no longer useful to me. From my home country, for instance, after the pandemic, there were massive migration, and a lot of us, we came here and we found out that what we have, what you know how to do, then were not needed, were absolutely not useful. I remember back then where I newly moved to Bury St. Edmunds, towards Bury St. Edmunds, and in my home country, I could bake. I could bake chin chin. I could do, but for those who are Nigeria, pastries. Literally, I could bake some of the thing. And I remember my friend, when I was like, I'm trying to study, I don't know what to do, try to study the environment and all that. She was like, oh, bake now, bake. I said, I cannot just bake. I found out that their kind of pastry is different here. So I can't bake. So although I know how to bake as a baker in Nigeria, it's useful. That skill is useful to me. But in my new environment, it's not useful to me. And that brings me to my talk, because I've discovered that some values and some soft skills are not needed, like, globally. It's not remote. You can't use it all around. So for the young adults, how do we have something of value that is still useful in this day and age? Because a lot of things are moving at a fast pace, are moving fast, 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 fast. I remember back then I was trying to learn Canva design, and suddenly I discovered that I don't have to learn Canva design again. I don't have to go, and I tried and tried and tried and tried. And before then, let me digress a bit to say that life indeed have phases. Between I wrote down in my notes that between 0 to 25 is the learning phase of life. So that time you go to school, you're learning how to eat, you're learning how to talk, you're learning languages, you're learning, and that time your brain is sharp, is quick to learn things. Then from 25 above till 50 is the earning stage of life, is the earning phase, either phase or stage of earning phase of life. So by that time, what you have learned, you should be able to begin to earn with from what you have learned from your 0 to your 24, mid 24 years. And then from your mid 50s to 75 is the giving back stage. That is the time you are trying to build legacies, what you want to be remembered for. So depending on, for those, my target audience is my young adult, but depending on wherever you're coming across this video, it cuts across to everybody. So long you're a man, you're a woman. And if you're a young adult just looking and like, oh, I've still got time, I'm still young, this, that. what are you learning? Ask yourself, what are you actually learning? You should be learning something. And with the invent of online, so many informations, we live in an information overload generation. There are lots of informations. You don't need to gone are the days you go to library and you go and be searching the books. Now we're just going on to Google or type to YouTube how to do this, what is this. It will just go and bring that thing out from you. It will just go and bring it. So you don't have, learning has been made lot easier with the invent of social media. So I wrote down here some of the skills that ought to that are relevant and of value, So because okay, let me give us this quote I wrote here. I say building something that actually matters. That is an important thing, because you not just say, oh, I want to build a house. A shed is a house. You can use it, turn it to a house. A barn, you can turn it to but what actually matters? Building something that actually matters. Because we are talking about building something of value. So when you are building something that is useful to you, you can build something that is not useful to you, yet is of value to somebody else, it's useful to somebody else. So how do you build something that is actually useful in this day and age? I said from my own experience, when I was in my home country, I know how to bake. The skill is still there. But when I came here, I couldn't bake those things I was baking. So it took me time. I had to start adjusting to bake the kind of pastries needed here. And some requires me to learn. Like I discovered sourdough. I don't know how to bake sourdough in my home country. When I come here, I discovered that a lot of people love sourdough. So I had to learn how to start baking sourdough. So then, first of all, number one on my list, soft skill, you need to building something of value. You need to learn. If you're a young adult coming across this video, rather than sitting down 24 hours on your computer games, playing games morning till night, use that time and learn these AI tools. Learn AI too. I keep saying it to my niece, my nephew, they're in their early 20s. I asked them the other day, do you know how to use ChatGPT? This one said, do you know how to use ChatGPT? I said, me at my age, I'm learning how to use ChatGPT, even although I know it's not easy because I'm in my earning stage of life. So you are trying to do something to earn you money, and at the same time, you're trying to learn a new skill because you are trying to catch up. The one you know before is not earning you, or you want something that you should be able to, that is flexible or remote for you. And I've come to discover that I was shying away. I was always shying away from computing, anything computer, anything digital. But how long? You cannot keep running away from it. And then until I landed in England, I found out that this thing that my friends have been telling me, oh Gloria, go learn this, go learn data science, go learn the digital market, learn basic thing on computer, which I've been running away from. I got to a point, I said to myself, you know what, you cannot run again. You just have to learn this thing. So the emphasis is, as I'm saying it to my audience, I'm also saying it to myself. We need to build community of like minds where we encourage each other to learn together. I know it's not easy, most especially me in my 30s, I'm finding it difficult. Imagine those in their 50s having to come and learn some of this AI thing. It's not easy. So if you've got the time, you can start little and you start learning it. And there are lots of people that are happy to teach. Me, each time I see all those videos, I take it bit by bit by bit. For me, I love to write. I love to encourage. I love to share my ideas. I love to share my thoughts. I love to share those little things I'm doing. I'm not perfect yet. I see a lot of people, when you begin to share things of like, oh, let's see what you are doing. No, it doesn't mean I have everything sorted out, but I know definitely I'm making progress, I'm making growth, and I like to share with my generations. Because if there's one thing we can't argue with, is results. And once you see the result, you definitely know you are making growth, you're making progress. So there are a lot of them, AI tools, computer. So if you are here in your 20s and you don't know how to use computer, you're not start carrying yourself to the digital thing, my dear, you have to wake up. You have to start learning some of the things. I remember growing up, we were computer. It's like you will pay that time to go internet something, to buy the internet or go do internet something. So it's like this phobia. Even when we do computer science, there's this phobia for computer too, because it's not easily accessible to us, most especially in Africa. It's not something we have at our beck and call. But when I started growing up, I saw the way the world was going. I said everything is going digital. I remember that I was in the university. I had to pull myself to go and learn computer science. How to I say computer science, computer training, how to type on Word, how to type on Excel, spreadsheet, Corel Draw. I tried with that Corel Draw. I wasn't getting it. Later on again, when I finished few years down the line, I said, "Oh, I'll go and do digital marketing to see if I can be doing all this Facebook running ad, Facebook things and all that." And I found out that they were like, "Oh, computer programming." I said, "Hey, this thing I tried to do." I was on that Canva. I was learning little on the Canva. Later, I was like, "Oh, this thing, I know it can be difficult." But now, some of the one of the things to jump on to learn, because everything is moving towards that thing, is AI tools. If you're a young adult here, still wasting your time thinking, I said to my niece, I said, it's not everybody that have business going to the university. Once you have finished your primary and secondary school, you know how to read and write, you can spell your name, you know the basics. You don't have business. It's not everybody that have business in the university. Highest, you can manage to even go to college if you're in Nigeria. Go to your college educations and then come back and ask yourself, what do I really want to do? Sit back. That you are Nobody is born empty. You have something you naturally like. And although it will take you time to find your passion, fan it to flame, but then again, focus. You need focus. And I've said it here that the average lifespan of an average adult, they are focused this thing. See a lot of people that jumped here. How many of them? Some of them were like, "Oh, she sounded like a motivational speaker." They come and go. They're looking for entertainment. Who will entertain them and all that. That is what is looking for. Build yourself. Fan your passion to flame, and it will take a lifespan of 10 years to actually build it. And for me, I'll share a brief of my story. I looked at my niece. She turned 23 yesterday. And I remember when I was 23, and I said to myself, how did 10 years just go, like pass me by? What career did I actually build? Hey, I was just asking myself that question. And when I came to the UK, I had to start again because it's coming to a new environment. You have to start again. Migration. This is what migration calls it, which most people will not tell you. Because once you are new in an environment, you, you just you need to rent it out, because most you are in this Europe, UK, nobody will house you and pay your bills for free and give you time to form and develop what you want to do. So because you have bills to pay, you just jump on any job to pay the bills. But me, because of I was forced to stop working. Hey, um, pardon me, I can't pronounce the name. Agulisha, something like that. Pardon me. So I was forced to stop working. So I had it pained me at first. And then secondly, just like someone who is addicted to taking substance. Once you that thing is not coming in, you will be so disturbed, you will be so like unrest and all that. It took me nearly a year to trace my steps back to like, what do I actually like to do? And that is where fasting comes in. Although a lot of us, we have been taught that fasting is a spiritual thing. I remember those days I would stay and be fasting. Do you know what fasting actually do for you scientifically, aside the way Christianity make us look like it's a religious practice? It gives your body time to heal, and it also calms your mind. Fasting and quiet time, what some people call meditation, because when you don't you do not eat food, your body is actually detoxing, because you already have stored food. Your body can go without food before you actually become really hungry. Your body can go without food for 40 days, but you have to stay on the liquid. That time your body will calm down, your mind will calm down. It will help you to think deep, to look inward deep. Many a times we are quick to look what is ahead of us, what is in front of us, what is not working well, and not looking what is within us. And what we need to live a healthy life is always within us, is born in us. And I was saying to my partner earlier today that going to school, spending that 9 years, some people 12 years, some people 15 years, is making you dollar and dollar. I'm sorry to say, but for some people, it's not. The thing you need to do, you don't need, it's not in the university. Because that is where the beginning of some confused people come from, or the confusion of some people come from. Because you go to the university, and a lot of us, we fail in that category. Someone like me, I'll be like, oh, I don't like this, oh, I don't like this course, oh, this the way that teacher is teaching that course. No, 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 I don't like it. I want to go and read this. I want to go and study it. You will go and study a course that you will come out, you'll be more confused than you went in. So at first, when I wasn't allowed to work again, I was so upset. I was so pained. I was crying. I was confused. I stayed days and months and months. My partner kept saying to me, Gloria, celebrate this time you are. This is the best time of your life. You can never see this time again. And take this time to look inward in yourself. What do you really want to do? The other day, yesterday, I opened my journal I bought since 2021, and I saw a lot of things I wrote down that I want to do for the future when I was a young teenage girl, things I've imagined, things I've written. But because I was in this hassle of job, going to get a job to get paid, and as soon as you pay, you blow the money, finish, the next month you are hoping again and salary come, but before you know it, you are paying house rent, you are paying salary, you are growing, you're actually not living those things you've written down. And someone like me, I like to write down things. And then I remember the scripture that said, write the vision, so that they that read may read and run with it. Even when you are no more, write that vision down. And I thought that was what reminded me. I was going through my journal yesterday. I just felt like, oh, I'm confused. I felt like I'm down. Thank you for those who are like it. Thank you for your comments and all that. If you want to come up, send me a request. I don't know how this thing works. Send a request. I don't know if you can send a request from your end, and then I'll bring you up. Don't really know how social media. And then I said to myself that, this is where OG Speaks actually sprang from. And because I like to write, I will write, finish, I'll put it OG Speaks. OG Speaks were abbreviation of my name. I would like things I want to say to the younger me, things I want to say to my children. And then I was made a head of a sisters unit. And I was like, what will I go to tell these people? And I went back to my journal. Each day I used to wake up, I used to read. Each Monday is our classes. Every Monday is our class. Oh, how will I bring you up now? It's saying I can send you a link. It said send invite link to guest. How do I send the invite link? Like, I honestly do not know. It's not like TikTok. I know TikTok very well. I will still I will check, because it's telling me to send an invite link. Where can I send you the link if I copy it? I honestly do not know. And I can send it on my WhatsApp, but I don't have you. You say, where do I send her link? Yeah, replace pinned message. I'd love to bring you up, but I honestly do not know how to. I honestly do not know how to. Can you see any button on your end there, like to send a request? Because if I honestly do not know. Just in case you see any this thing your side, I'm happy to this thing. You said no. Oh, how does this request thing works? Oh, turn off the camera. It just says send invites to bring link up. Oh, anyone who knows how I can do it, go to YouTube together. It says share play. No, 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 no. I just can't. It's all like the options is giving me is Facebook, WhatsApp, or share play. Like anybody on my contact list, that is the invite link. It's like share link to the person. So I don't know how to. It's not like WhatsApp that somebody can just click, because on WhatsApp you can click from your end and then you come up. I don't know how that guest is here. Maybe I honestly do not know. So I'm sorry. I wish I could, but I'll learn on the way. I'll keep learning. There's room for growth. So I said to myself that how come I'm now living in the future and I suddenly do not realize it? Because while I'm here, I'm still looking ahead of the one I've not achieved, the one that I've not done happen yet in my life. But the ones I wanted to actually do, I wasn't doing it. And then I said to my partner that it took me a year to really go back on myself. I began to really find out, what do I really want to do. The other day I did a talk on life is a journey. There's some road you are will require you to come back on yourself. And this one, I really came back and I found out that there's some cooking is something I've always loved to do. I've always loved to cook food. Even if I'm sleeping, you wake me, you tell me to come and cook for you for free. I will cook for you for free. I will not collect money. I've always loved food and everything. And then I was like, how come I left it and I started going to the university to read statistics? What is the correlation? What's the correlation between um one who's cooking, whose passion is to cook, and who went to study statistics? And now in this day and age, found out that I finally find my role, what I meant to do, and I'm happy I'm doing it. And there's this joy that comes with learning to do it, because you are not learning it, you're not doing it to impress anybody. You are doing it because you truly love it. And then that is the difference between one who is talented, who is naturally gifted in something, and one who learns it, or who is learns it because there is money. Just like, let's say, a footballer, a natural gifted footballer, or an artist, or one who went to be an artist because it's a high paying job. The other person will just be, it will just be flowing naturally. You just be doing it. You don't see anything as obstacle. But on the other hand, for me, using my own life story, my statistics, I did my statistics as a science student, so you could study statistics from every different works. But it made my food nutritionist learning of food nutrition easier, because in food nutritionist, 1 minute we are talking on food, the next minute we are on health. We're talking of health, science and health. So those couldn't who are not from the science background, it's difficult for them to catch up. Whereas for me, it was a lot easier for me to understand, because I already have a basic science background. So that's one aspect. And another aspect, for those who have been following, we're talking about building something of value, is cooking. Cooking is a skill you can take anywhere. Someone will say, oh, what if I go to a different environment and I don't know how to cook? And a lot of people don't know how to cook. That's the fun fact. And all this fast food is not helping. But a lot of them want to eat good quality food. So you can go anywhere and do basic training and then set up yourself and you just start. You don't need too much gadget to do that. You don't need to be carrying on, like if you're a handyman, you have to be carrying so many of your gadgets and be moving them about. And let's say you're a plumber, for instance, you need a machinery to do something, and if you don't have it, you struggle to do it. I have a YouTube course on my platform that can help you as an upcoming YouTuber. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you. So I just began. I just started. That was how I started doing my thing little by little. I haven't really. I just this. I don't know if this Nike this thing is for me. I'll just say just do it. I don't. I'm a kind of person that I don't wait for everything to set before I begin something. I just do it, and then as I do, I begin to ask questions along the road. I begin to find out, begin to check. I take notes. I was like, oh, how did this one perform? How did this? That means surely there's something here. I watched the audience and everything. That was how I just started my social media, and I was just doing my cooking. And you see, if you go through my YouTube, you see a lot of cooking videos, you see my day-to-day content and all that. Most especially health, that is my passion. I like to educate people on health, but that's not what I'm here to talk about today. But if you just want to join the community, or you like what I do, you find out I do a lot of talks on health, healthy living, because it's that is the basis. It starts with health. If you're not well, you are not healthy. Every other thing you are trying to build is health is just the foundation. Every other thing you cannot really function. I spoke with a woman today. She said she was bedbound for 3 years because she was diagnosed of this ME something fibromyalgia. I can't pronounce the name. All these big names, like where she's literally weak. She can just lay down there for hours and not be able to do anything. And then it dawned on me that a lot of people is when they break down in their health, they'll be like, oh, what was I not doing right? But when you try to tell them the importance of health and what food does, they see food like, oh, something you eat when you are hungry. They don't see food like something they need to learn, that oh, you can get good health from eating the right set of food. So they don't see it like, a lot of them, if you talk about money, say you want to talk on money, people are happy. Say, I want to tell you what you do that will be bringing you 6 figures. People will jump into. But just tell them, oh, today we are talking on health and we're talking on food. Oh, they'll be standing up one after the other. They'll be leaving that classroom. It's when they now finally break down on their health that we know the importance, that they are 6 figure they think they've earned. They come and spend it on the health. So how do we actually bring balance is what I tend to do in my videos. How do we bring balance to all these things? So and today I was talking to my young self, because OG speaks. I always like to write. Started from writing since I want to share to the younger me, since I want to share to my kids, and now I like to like have this young this thing. When social media came out, I got my head around it. I was like, yes, this is the best this thing, because back then you could be either you're a pastor before you're allowed to speak to a congregation, or you're a leader. And me, I'm always shy of those things, except they appoint me. But with social media, you just on your camera. When people say I'm camera shy, and I'll be like, really? Me and people shy you. I hardly can stand in front of people and speak to them, but I will just be speaking to camera. So I'll just turn on my camera, I'll just talk, or I'll just post those things. That was how I started. And then Facebook brought down my former Facebook account. I didn't know why. So some of them reached out to my sister, which know my sister and had my sister. They were like, we've not been seeing your sister's post though. That some of those my posts, some of the things I was showing them, they liked it and they learned one or two. I was like, oh, I didn't know. Because for me, I'm not camera shy, and secondly, um when I was much younger, I didn't know what I was doing with my phone. I went to go and press factory reset. Jesus, I didn't know that factory reset. It wiped out everything from my phone. Ha! If my eye cleared that day. As in, so since then, I was like, you know what? Anything I have, I'll be uploading it to the server, like pictures or write-ups. I write them when I was learning my Canva train. I write the thing in form of picture, like, and upload it to the server. Upload it to the server. And then Facebook, before Facebook brought down that thing, and then when the final actualization of content actually hit me was when I lost my eldest sister. That day I woke up one midnight, I was missing her. I was like, oh, if I could see a video of her or a picture of her to remind me, because I had already left my home country, no way to see her children or anything. She hardly take pictures and things with people. And I found out that there wasn't anything. I went to her Facebook, there wasn't anything of her, no record. I was like, no, I'm going to upload all this my picture, because if anything happened to me, they can My people can take my phone and chuck it one end, but once I've uploaded it to the server, it's there. Is there. Anybody can go and download the picture, download the video, download the document and everything. That was when I started doing my content creation. I didn't even know people earn. You can monetize your content, or people earn and pay. And I see a lot of people now, they've made it. Content creation is a big thing. Like they'll say they earn big money to make them not even work again. I was like, really? So for me, I say if it comes, it's a bonus. But I'm happy doing what I'm doing, sharing my knowledge and putting my words out there, because I noticed that once someone is no more, you die, your words become of value. Your words becomes really something of importance. For those who are in Nigeria, there's a guy, one musician that died. I do not know him, but after, with the way the guy died, a lot of people knew him more than when he was alive, and his music is still playing on and on and on and on, because already in the internet. So another thing of value in this day and age people can build is hairdressing. Build how to do hair with hair. You can travel anywhere in the country and do hairdressing for people. Another one, be flexible and adaptable. Be flexible and adaptable. Flexibility, the ability to bend and twist, because some people, they'll be like, no, 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 it's my way. They are very rigid. If it's not doing it this way, they are not doing it another way. But one skill to develop is flexibility and adaptability. And sometimes it's so funny how we didn't know we have this skill. Maybe we learned it, or we acquired it along the way, until life chucks you in a deep end. You now realize, oh, you actually had this skill. I remember last year we went on the tour, my partner and I. We didn't really prepare for the tour, and we went on 7 months on the road. And a lot of the women, the English women, were here. They were like, how do you manage to cook on the road? How do you manage to wash? There were times that we didn't have access to a washing machine, and the clothes were already much. I discovered that I could wash clothes with my hands. So I use my hand and wash clothes. I only had one small ring burner and everything. We had small space in the van, camper van and all. I, my partner was still surprised. He didn't know how I managed to do things like adjust. I said, for me, I didn't even know that it's a skill. A lot of them asked me, and I didn't even know what to really answer, because for me, I was like, if life chuck you lemon, make lemonade from it. Do anything, make lemon cake. In fact, somebody will say make a lemon oil from it. So just think of anything. Make lemon soap. So I began to work with what I had. So that is flexibility, the ability to bend, the ability to make adjustments. You are flexible. Adaptability, to adjust, to adapt to that new environment. And as human being, we have that skill in us. Adaptability is one thing we have as human being. I know it, and it comes with changes. Many of the times it comes with changes. Take it, okay? Another one, another skill to really have, and which you can capitalize it. You can capitalize on it. You can begin to teach people these things. You can dig more, do more deep on it, do videos of it and all that, build communities. Problem solving. Problem solving. I never knew problem solving was a skill. Like people learned problem solving. I was like, it's something that I have. And some skills that you have, you take for granted those skills that you have. Other people see the skill and want the skill, or spend money to learn the skill, but you that have it, sometimes you take it for granted. When I first saw problem solving in a lot of people talk about it, that is a skill to learn, I was like, What is it? When I look into it, what it actually is, I was like, I can do it now. I'd already done before they even talk about it. And for those who may be wondering what is a problem solving skill, a problem solving skill is when your ability to provide a solution in a problem. For instance, now let's say what is it, this thing I can say? Oh, yeah, like the way the pandemic hit us. Why some people are trying to understand what is the pandemic, what do we do? Some people are already telling themselves that we can no longer gather to do fellowship together. Oh yeah, 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 go and open a YouTube account. Do that. That is a problem solving skill. Before you even sit down to analyze the situation, you already play it. And sometimes me, I used to even play it in my head even before. I was saying, what if this thing didn't work out like this? What if this thing fail? What is it? I play it in my head, the scenario. And when it finally happened, I'm already doing the solution. And some people be like, you planned this thing. For those who are not Nigerian, I mean, have you thought of it before? Yes. As a someone who has that skill as a problem solver, you think it before it even happen. You are proactive. And mostly leaders tend to have that skill. Most born leaders tend to be proactive and they are problem solvers. And in this day and age, as human beings, we ought to be problem solvers, because there are some things that just hit us that is out of your control. So what do you do with it? How do you handle it? Whereas some people, if you don't tell them what to do, they will never ever think of any solution. They'll just leave something. The thing will just be going bad, will just be spoiling. I never I never knew that there are such kind of people that somebody will tell you everything to do. Like, if you use your head, just look at this thing. Need something adjustment or one or two touch. So without further ado, I have not shared anyone. That's what I have for us today, guys. I wish I could bring this lady up here, but obviously I don't know how that thing works. Maybe when next if I go out and are you still here, Agulicious? Let's see if I end this one and try to come up again. If it's a setting I need to do to bring you up. You say you have a YouTube course on on your platform that can help me as an upcoming YouTuber. Wow, that's good. I would like to see what the course is all about. If you are still here, let me know if you are still here so that I can end this one, then try to YouTube it. LOL. Which one is YouTube it? LOL. YouTube the course or what? How do we bring to add an invite? Cause it's telling me link and I don't have how my WhatsApp and all that. So how do I bring her out? I don't know. So thank you for supporting Dandy. I see your comment. Dandy, this one you're using 4666. 666 is a digital figure that a lot of people a lot of people don't want to. I don't know what is people have to say with reoccurring numbers, but a lot of people have a say with reoccurring numbers. Is it numeracy or what? There's so many knowledge out there that it came with the account. Oh, wow, that's good. Came with your account. Oh, like they suggested it for you. Wow. Because a lot of people have this perception about CCCs. Although for me, my conclusion with that CCC is like as being a Christian and what the Bible tells us to look at for the mark of the beast, CCC is gonna be a digital thing. because 6 is a figure, so it has to do with digit. I will change it next time and get a chance to. Thank you. I see your comment. Thank you for supporting my life each time you come here. And we're all about building community of like minds and people. I know a lot of the people, something attracted them. I don't know which of my videos they saw that made them subscribe to my channel, but whatever they've seen, I said I'm a content creator. I put out different content, and some may resonate with some people, some may not, and I get it, you know. But some people actually will subscribe to you because they like you and they want to see you grow, or they see the potentials and all that. And so for me, it's all about sharing my day to day, my world with the larger world. And most people, the society has a way it teaches us to, no, don't let people know, hide yourself, live a very quiet life, live a very solemn life and all that. But if we all do that, what are we going to watch? And I want to, I'm growing. Oh, have a good evening. Thank you. I'm growing, and I thought to share my growth experience with other people, because there are some people that, me too, I go social media, I get one or two things I learn, and I believe that once I put my out to, people is going to learn one or two things. It may resonate. Thank you. It may not resonate. Fine. So yeah, so I started this live 8 o'clock, and it's 49 minutes into my live stream. And so thank you for everyone who have liked, who have commented in one way or the other. I wish I could bring that lady up so that it could be more interactive. So thank you, and see you in the next one. God bless. Bye. I'm going to end this live. Is there any question? If there's any question before I go out, if there's any question, you can send in your question, contribution and all that. So in the absence of none, I think I've done 47 minutes today. So yeah.